Hey guys, what is going on? Inception here and welcome to the video. Today, we are going to be reviewing more gameplay and these games I believe are like the top tier games. I will be showing lower tier games as well to really show the specifics that people need to work on. But this is going to be another gameplay that someone sent me. They said to me that this guy is apparently a pro player. You can kind of tell because look at that team. It's amazing, right? You got the freaking prime Ronaldo, team of the year Ronaldo. He just has everything, right? Let's just leave it at that. So the thing about this team, right, is that he can switch to any formation that he wants to, and the team will play really well for him. If he wants to use a 4-3-3, he has Patrick Vieira as a CDM. He can use Ruud Gullit as a right center mid, Mateus as a left center mid, Ronaldo, and Messi, right? If he wants to switch to a 4-1-2-2, he can do that as well. You could basically just look at the team and already know how he would set it up. Gullit on the right side, Patrick Vieira as a CDM, Mateus as a left center mid, Messi as the cam, Ronaldo as the strikers, right? And then if you wanted to switch to a 4-2-3-1, he could do that with putting Gullit as the cam and then Ronaldo, Messi on the sides and whatnot, so on and so forth. So this makes sense for someone who wants to have a team that is perfect in every area. Maybe for me personally, except for the Dani Alves, I don't know how well that card would do. I think everybody else is great, but the Dani Alves card because of the high-low work rates, because of personal preference, right? But we are going to get started with this because this is higher tier gameplay, and I think it's kind of like the same type of gameplay as the Bad News Bastards one. But we're going to get started here with the gameplay. I don't know if he has any noise. He does have noise. He has a little bit of noise. We'll put a little bit higher for you guys. Okay, so let's see how he starts off with the game. So his team consists... Okay, so he switches to a 4-1-2-2, which is good because you know for a fact that the guy's probably going to start with a 4-1-2-2 right off the bat. I'm assuming that's getting behind and press the back line. Getting behind, press the back line. Stay forward. Stay back while attacking. Stay back while attacking. Stay back while attacking. Stay back while attacking for the center mids as well. So he has Ronaldinho, Suarez, Messi, Alan, Rijkaard, Blanc, Alexandro, Ramos, Fernandez, Vasalico. Fernandez is going to get shit on by these guys. Absolutely. You put Blanc off to the left side. See, that could present to be a problem because Blanc doesn't have a very good weak foot. I think even Rijkaard has a better weak foot. So right off the bat, I wouldn't use Blanc as a left center mid. But this is just an opinion, guys. Like, what I say is not fact. It's just how I see the game, right? I wouldn't put him as a left center mid because if you want to do passes or you do any sort of attacking play, most of the times they have to pass with their strong foot on the strong side or shoot with their strong foot on the strong side. Like, if you want to pop in a long shot with Laurent Blanc, you won't be able to do that. I like that you actually show me your custom tactics too. So you have it on organize and organize. So yours is not set to freeform. Excuse me, for your custom tactics. And your defense is low pressure and well, your aggression is high up there, so that's gonna be interesting with 50 pressure, and then you have 48 team width. Okay, so this one's gonna be interesting. So he has organize, and he starts with a 4-1-2-2. And another thing that you started off wrongly with is you should put fitness on your cards because I just saw your Laurent Blanc really low. Every game in Foot Champs, you need full fitness. Every game. This might be a little bit too loud, so let me just lower that a little bit. There we go. Not all about the game volume here. Sorry, let me just start it off from the beginning here. Put that right there. I'll put that right there. Okay. So right off the bat, you could see, okay, so from kickoff, guys, you guys need to understand that there's the kickoff glitch still exists, but it exists in two different areas now, right? So the two different areas that it exists is your fullbacks, even if you have them set to stay back while attacking, they overcommit forward and they leave the gap of space in behind. That's one of the kickoff glitches. The other kickoff glitches is that there's still, the midfield is more compact, but it's not compact around the semicircle area. So this area right here is where people exploit now. So when you start off from kickoff, if you notice right in the beginning how your fullback overcommits, which isn't even your fault because you can tell you're just using Ronaldinho, just look at where your fullback is, right? Because I think that's EA's way of trying to put like pressure on your opponent so that they don't do the kickoff glitch. But when they do that, look at the runs that are being made. Like, Ronaldo could just use that getting behind run, and he's going to get that ball over anybody any day of the week, right? So, got to be careful of those ones for sure. So, because this guy's a good player, again, this game is all about exploits, right? That's an exploit in the game, using the sides and using the middle. He's probably going to build it around the middle now. I think he could cross it. The reason why is because your Sergio Ramos is here, and you probably noticed that from your fullback committing a lot forward. So your Sergio Ramos is here. If he crosses this ball in, any of his players will probably win it. So, but I'm pretty sure he's going to work it around the middle. Yeah, and that's what he ends up doing. He does look like he's set up with a 4-1-2-2. You're blocking the middle. That's good. Yeah, always block that middle in the CDM position. So from this throw, don't throw like this. Don't throw it like this. You see how you're throwing it on the spot? Never throw the ball like that, because the power in that is very inconsistent. So give your player a little bit of momentum first, and then throw it, so that he throws it at full speed. I thought I almost dropped my water here. So like, you would just basically like be here and then run, throw it. Run, throw, run, throw. Not run, stop, then throw, because if he stops, he does that throw in. Like that. Right? But if you throw it, he throws it with like huge power, right? With momentum on the ball. So you're using a 4-1-2-2, which I'm almost certain that this guy is too, because it doesn't look like he's using a wide formation. You can actually tell how his team is set up just from this, right? So even if you don't know what the formation is that your opponent is using, you could just tell from this. Look, see, I told you guys, Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Hullet on the right, Patrick Vieira in the middle, and Mateus on the left. So he is using a 4-1-2-2 or a 4-3-1-2. Ooh, that drag back wasted time. But you might actually get this. You actually did really well here, but your Ronaldinho was making a fantastic run. Right there, man. You see that? Because you know why? If you make this pass to Ronaldinho, you're a good player. I could already tell you're Elite 1, because you play like a beast already. I could already tell. Because you use the guys in the middle, the way you attack, I could already tell you're a sick player. But you could have used that one pass to Ronaldinho right there. But right here, the animation kind of screwed you a little bit, because look, you see this little step that Messi does? That screws up your shot a lot. Look, right here. Those little... That's what screws up your shot there. I think your power... Let me see what your power is at. I'm actually going to put my face cam over here, so you guys can see the power that people use. There we go. Let me see how much power you put into your shot. Because you have... I don't remember which Messi you have. I think it was a 94. So you cut in... I think from that position, I think that was too much power. Two bars, like around this area right here, would have been good. That amount of power is good when your Messi is like in this area right here, and he knocks the ball downwards. Doesn't do those small little touches. He just does a nice finesse shot with that much power. Can't pass it downwards yet. So right here, you're doing the right thing by putting Suarez back. So you can block the middle. That's still good pressure. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Don't overcommit. Beautiful. Don't overcommit. Now that you've overcommitted the Laurent Blanc, you have that left center mid space open, so people are going to occupy that space. Switch to the fullback. Don't commit like that like you did with Vasalico. You have to do... You see what you did over here with the fullback with your left back? You see how you're doing that? You see that? Tracking back? That's what you're supposed to do with Vasalico. Should have switched to Vasalico earlier because he was making that run, because your middle was already clogged up, right? But committing that way, and that could have been gameplay. I'm not 100% blaming you, but that could have been gameplay screwing you a little bit, because the switching is weird like that, if you guys saw in the last video. Yeah, see that? That's a little bit unfortunate, but you can kind of tell, right, with defending. The moment you do this with Vasalico, that's what gives him the space. Everything that happens after that, there's literally nothing else you can do. Like, even if you switch to the center back, like, there's really nothing else you can do. Because it's a Team of the Year Ronaldo that's going to win that ball all the time. This is where the pay-to-win concept kind of comes in a little bit. But, pay to win, but this guy's a good player. Like, you could still tell he's good. Both of these guys are good players. But team's definitely going to make a difference for sure. Pass it off to the sides. Always good to do. No. Don't throw the ball. I wouldn't recommend throwing the ball without controlling him. So when you guys are in this position right here, the moment I saw you doing the animation, I was like, he's going to throw it for sure. Don't ever throw the ball like that. It's better you like, unless you're doing a really quick one and he's right next to you and there's no pressure on him, then you could do that throw in. But the best way to do this throw in is when you are controlling the person who is doing the throw in, like right now, switch to the guy you want to switch to. Switch to Suarez right away, because as he's doing this animation, you can switch to him and then pass the ball to Suarez. Move around with Suarez and then press A. Because if you do this, man, this guy, this Patrick Vieira right here is going to get everything. He's going to switch. Oh, he doesn't switch. Sticks to that side. So your problem right now is your second man press. Your second man pressing is a little bit off. You're using it a little bit too much in that area. Like when you're in this area right here, you honestly don't need to second man press that much, right? Because that's what you did at Rijkaard, giving him that space. Like you should have been holding this position with Rijkaard because that's where he belongs, right? But you do the second man press there, giving him that space there. Because then someone else has to occupy his space right here, right? CDM, downwards, downwards, downwards. Yeah, you gotta. That middle position, bro, is everything in this game, man. This area right here, when you're controlling him. By the way, Alan is just completely irrelevant against the team that this guy is using right now. But what your position right now is not good enough. It needs to be here. This is the focal point of gameplay in FIFA nowadays. You got to be standing right here. You see how you switch? He shouldn't have switched there because the way that he's building up the play, you got to be controlling someone in the middle here because now he can lay off a pass right here. Should have laid it off actually. His Ronaldo was making a sick run because right here in this position, if he makes his pass and he does a first time pass to Ronaldo, he can dribble the ball downwards and then like LTRT it backwards and then go upwards and then create that space for himself. But him not doing the first time pass kind of screwed him. Also, you could tell that Hullit's making a nice run on the side as well when you make this pass right here. But he should have done a first-time pass, 100%. Because look at the direction that Ronaldo, his prime R9 runs to. Right here, watch. At this one right here. If he passes this ball and you're not controlling him, all his Ronaldo has to do is sharply dribble the ball downwards, driven finesse shot across the goalkeeper, and he scores. Look at the direction right here. I'll slow it down for you guys as well. This is the audio. Right about here. You see that? If you pass the ball, if this guy passes the ball right here, he scores this because you're not controlling him. His Ronaldo will get in front of your player and score this. That's why I was saying like Fernandes is going to get crapped all over because that area right there, he can exploit a lot. So attacking wise, you hold up the possession really well. You just commit too much to the middle because your play revolves around the middle. You have to push it more out wide. Like you are right now. Fake shot it upwards. Don't make that pass right away. A pass. This is an A pass moment right here. But you have to spam it. At this moment right here, when this player is this close to you, he's putting that pressure on you. You got to spam A so it gives it off to Ronaldinho quicker. Because he's going to get that ball. Downwards. Go backwards. Nope. Oh, that worked out though. The ball roll took that extra time. You didn't need to do the ball roll right there. Ball rolls in the middle, it depends. If you have a lot of pressure on you, it's not really worth using the ball roll. I like using the ball roll on the sides with the fullbacks and the left mids because if you do a ball roll and accelerate upwards, he kind of like confuses his defender a little bit, right? So this skill move, by the way, is the heel-to-heel flick that his Ronaldo does right here. Is very good to build up that acceleration. So the reason, like, it's hard to explain, but like the acceleration stat, like if you have 93 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, like someone like Ronaldo, like he's high up there in the acceleration and sprint speed. Him doing this skill moves brings him up to like 75% sprint speed. Because the way he accelerated the ball, he has to chase after the ball afterwards, so he's already gaining that speed. But if you have to dribble the ball at first, and then accelerate, it takes longer. So the reason why he does that skill move is to build up that acceleration right away so he can have top sprint speed with his Ronaldo. I'm going to pass it probably downwards. That was good pressure there. Downwards. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Exactly what I was thinking. Don't overcommit to the shot because his defensive AI will get that. That was lovely. I was like, do a drag back, do a drag back, do a drag back. That was really good, man. I personally wouldn't have done this skill move right here. I would have done the new skill move. So basically what he did is he did the McGeady spin. Like the way that he does it, he taps the right stick diagonally to the right side. Oh, wait, with my finger. He does it that side, right stick, or sorry, right stick in that direction. Twice, right? That skill move might be better with Ronaldinho though, so it makes sense as to why he would use it. But the new skill move nowadays is using the right stick. I'm trying to get the angle for you guys here, so it's like, like here, yeah. So right stick, downwards, upwards. This is his position. Downwards, upwards. So flick, flick. Because that skill move does the behind, upwards. It gives you a little bit more like control of the ball, right? But the reason why you don't take a shot right here, some people would be like super impatient. They're like, oh, this is a good player, like he's gonna block this. Beautiful, lovely. This is where the good players come into play, right? The 4-star weak foot with Ronaldinho, good finishing, good composure, good shot power. Does a nice little cheeky drag back, driven shot across goal. Beautiful stuff, man. That was a lovely goal. You don't want to commit to that shot after you do that skill move because people will always defend against that. So you have to be calm, you know? Skip this up a little bit. At this point right here, the way you're controlling Messi, you got to push him over here and then use your CDM and see how he wants to attack afterwards. Because like, again, the places that you need to look at is the semicircle area and the fullback area. Right? This area right here. You see that semicircle area? That's the area they exploit. If he trusts this downwards, maybe... like this is the type of stuff you see all the time from the players that know what they're doing with the game. It's all about exploits in this game, if you understand the exploits, right? When he does this pass right here, he knows that if he does a quick touch downwards, he can probably do a driven finesse shot or a shot right away, because it's prime Ronaldo. He's going to bang this in, probably. See? That's what he does right away. So it's good that your Sergio Ramos went there and blocked that for you. Pass it backwards. I'd switch the play completely. Yeah, beautiful. Y pass, downwards. One pass upwards, yeah. Beautiful. Your player just screwed you there. I don't know if you pressed LB by accident, but that was a beautiful play, man. I was really good attacking, bro. Switch the play. Beautiful. Go upwards, yeah. Exploit that sides. Make him push his left center mid outside. Because look, when he pushes his left center mid outside, right there, this is where, for me personally, I would do the ball roll to see how his player would react. Because when you do the ball roll upwards, you can see if he wants to go to the left side or to the right side. Because you have all this space to work with, right? That's the space you got to work with. When you know that the person is using a 4-1-2-2, you got to work with the sides even if you're using a 4-1-2-2. You got to push their players out of position to exploit the middle. Because the thing that you do here is you go back inside. But going back inside is the mistake because you have a Suarez outside making that run, right? He's got a Y pass right there. Yeah. With Messi, Messi was making that Y pass so quickly. Center back, push it all the way down. You have to be calm here. You have to be calm. Switch the play. There you go. Beautiful. A pass. Nice. A pass. No, not a first time pass. You gotta wait for it. You could even ball roll right here, actually. Right here, ball roll, and then see what your players are gonna do. You could even do a ball roll and do a driven pass to Suarez, and then Suarez can do like a really quick touch downwards. first time passes in general are really, really inconsistent. Pass it backwards. That was actually really good defending. I would spam that backwards after I got the body to body so that your player reaches for the ball. You know what I mean? Because when you spam A when you're defending, it makes your player reach for the ball. So it makes them like urgently pass the ball away, right? Go backwards. Nice. That's poor registration from the game. That's not your fault. Remember, man, don't overcommit to the areas. Always stay in the middle of someone when you're defending against them. You never want to overcommit with them. You see how you're using Elan right here? You occupy this space right here. Never overcommit like you did here upwards. Again, may not be your fault depending on how the gameplay is, right? When Messi, oh, by the way, guys, when you're against a good player, if Messi's on his left foot and he cuts inside or he goes at a 90-degree angle, block it. Block it with your life because he's so overpowered at taking those 90-degree finesse shots, it's ridiculous. Never let people take those 90-degree finesse shots if they're good players and they have good players. Never do that. Or never, like, not commit it. You gotta commit it. Should have done a quick pass there in the bottom. He screwed up his finishing there. Or it could have been the game. Finishing in this game is very inconsistent, so it's hard to blame the person. Ball roll. If you do a ball roll, you got to do more ball rolls, man. When you're on the side, do more ball rolls so you see where the person wants to go afterwards. You play very well though, man. Very well. Like if I were to face you in good gameplay, it would be a tough match because you do know how to play. 100%. But there are things that you can analyze for sure. Bring that guy back because that guy's making that run in the bottom. That's a tricky situation right here because in this situation right here, look at how his players are set up, right? So right now, look at all this space that this guy has. If he realizes that as he's playing, he would put the always overlap instruction on his fullbacks to exploit that side, right? Because look at what happens when he gets into this position. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 players making the runs. So in actual sense, he should be scoring this opportunity because he should be laying it off to his fullback in this situation. Beautiful drag back. Don't overcommit that. Nope. When your players are running away from you like that, it's not good to like commit the pass to them. Switch to Vasalico. Switch to your CDM. Your Vasalico chases after the guy if you switch off of him because he's the right back, right? First time pass. First time pass. Yeah. Ball roll backwards. That's what you need. Well, anyway, either way, you do the driven back. You do the driven pass, or not the driven pass, the drag back more than I like the ball roll. The ball roll in those situations are nice. It just allows you to kind of understand how your opponent is defending, right? So you probably realize you gotta switch to something more wide. Yeah. Okay, so you're doing this quickly. So let me see. Let me put the speed a little bit slower here for you guys. I don't understand the language, but I kind of remember where the instructions are. Kind of. So you say get in behind and press the back line. You say stay forward on attack. Stay forward on attack. Stay forward on attack. So the reason why it's good that he's doing this, guys, is because he realizes that he can exploit the guy's sides more because he's using the 4-1-2-2. And he realizes that every time he passes into the middle, he's always getting intercepted. So if he has more width on the sides, or more players on the sides, he can exploit that area more. You're probably going to use stay back while attacking, intercept passes. Stay back while attacking and balance defensive. Yeah, so you just use stay back while attacking. And your fullbacks you don't touch either. That's good. That's good that you don't touch it because you're looking at exploiting his sides right now. I'm assuming you make the sub with Alon. You're taking Alon off. You're going to put Dembele on. You're going to put Lozano on. Good. That's a good super sub. That's a good switch. That's a good switch. Because, like I said, if you look, he's going to look at the guy's team. He's going to know he's playing with a 4-1-2 and 2. See? You could tell how his team is set up. Because he's using the 4-1-2 and 2, you have to experiment with exploiting the sides, right? But what that does is that he can now bombard you in the middle because you have a left mid and a right mid. So it's a balance between the two. It's either you attack better than he does, or he attacks better than you do, right? So he's taking that risk with using a CDM. Here's the risk. Here's what I wouldn't do, though. I wouldn't tell your cam to stay forward. That's what I wouldn't do. But I would tell your left mids and right mids not to stay forward either, but to come back on defense and get in behind. Because you have good players, man. They'll be able to do that for you. Now he's going to look to exploit the sides more. He's going to pass it downwards, go for the fullback, work with the right mid. Yep. Good, you're building out the play. That's good. Put the pressure on, see where he commits. Right there. Yep. Your drag backs are really good, man. I like your drag backs a lot. Those are solid drag backs. Like right here, you could see Ronaldinho making that run right away. You see that? You see that space he can commit? Right here, you do a wide pass, Ronaldinho's through. Like I said, guys, from kickoff, you exploit the sides because look at how far up this guy's Roberto Carlos pushes up from kickoff. You see that? That's the space you exploit. Because now as Roberto Carlos is here, look where he is. Look where he is, right here. He went back in position, but he's going to do it again. See? Overcommitting the fullback, you got that space to work with. Switch the play. This guy's using offside trap. You should use that to your advantage. That means that your sides are going to be really open because you're using a 4-2-3-1, so your sides are going to be always open. So always watch for those. Quick pass. 1-2. Nice. You didn't overcommit to Suarez, so that wasn't actually a bad idea there. Pass it back. Nice. You can maybe switch the play here. Oh, exploit that middle, man. Use that middle. Use your CDMs. See, the thing is that you're still forcing the play in the middle, but when you notice when you're forcing it to the sides, that's when the guy gets more open because he has to push the left center mid or the right center mid to the sides because no one is going to defend against those. Watch, look, when you're on the side, his Roberto Carlos overcommits. Look, your Lozano is now free in space. You do a 1-2 pass, you're through on goal. Overcommitting here. So this is a problem that a lot of people do when they play FIFA, right? Over here, don't hold our trigger. L trigger the hell out of this. When you L trigger, it shields. Remember that when you shield the ball, your back is towards the opponent, right? So if he's shielding right here, his Lozano's back will be towards the opponent. Although Sergio Ramos might still get the ball because he's a very good physical defender. But L trigger, man, never R trigger from the first touch in that situation there. Because in this situation right here, you could have done a 1-2 passing play here with Ronaldinho. You could have done 1-2 right here. If you're Ronaldinho, you didn't do the 1-2, I could kind of tell. But you could do like a quick A pass backwards or something to really like use this space that's now open, right? So he keeps using the middle, man. He keeps using it. Maybe actually putting maybe not putting comeback and defense is actually a good idea. Because he's using the 4-1-2 and 2, he's not going to use the sides that much unless you notice his fullbacks attacking. But even if his fullbacks attack, it's better for you to attack than to defend in that situation. So he's still exploiting the middle, using the side a little bit. See, that's his fullback attacking. The only width that this guy has in his team is when his fullbacks attack. Just 1 second. Sorry, dude. Just gotta check something real quick. Okay. Just making sure. Just watching this general area right here. Who's the number 5 guy? Is that Fernandez? You got to push him to center back right away, bro. Because look at what your Alexandro starts doing. When your center back is at a position, your Alexandro occupies that spot. And now your Alexandro is not there to defend against a Dani Alves. Switch the play. Nice. Quick A pass, go backwards, right away, man. He's going to put that pressure in the middle. He's going to always put that pressure on your players. So first time pass in those situations are good. It's not good when you're attacking him and you're about to go to his box. Upwards. Beautiful. You see that space you have on the sides now? Run that. Fake shot, go downwards. Nice. Don't overcommit downwards. Beautiful. 1-2. Oh, if you did a 1-2 there with Messi. Pass it backwards. Nice. Use that middle. His middle is completely open right now. Pass to the sides. No, 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 no. When you're in that position right there, man, you have to do a little bit quicker here. I wouldn't switch anything. I think the way your team is set up right now is beautiful. You see how you're exploiting the sides because he's still using that 4-1-2-2. So on the attack, you'll be able to exploit the sides a lot. I'm sorry that I repeat myself, but it's just to help you guys, right? I'm gonna skip this a little bit here. Good. It's good that you kept... Oh, you're gonna switch? That's a good switch because you want more of a physical presence. That's good. That's not a bad switch at all. Bale is more of a physical player than Messi. Messi is better used as a striker or as a cam because it's a quick dribbling. But the quick dribbling is not that great for a left mid or right mid. It's definitely better to have Gareth Bale on the sides there, for sure. I agree with that switch. You're using Lozano, use your CDM. Push your CDM back. Don't overcommit with him. Beautiful. Yep. You push it to the sides, man. Always push it to the sides. Your CDMs, you pushing your Gareth Bale there is not a bad decision. That's not a bad decision at all. He doesn't really have anything working for them in that situation. Let's see what happened here. This is the mechanic that you guys got to use more often, right? So you're holding B. You don't want to hold B. You want to tap B consistently. You see how you're holding it? You see how he's holding it up? Look at him holding it. Don't hold it, man. Tap it. Tapping it makes them, like, really dig into the player, you know? You know what? You get really unfortunate here because your right card falls randomly. Oh, you slide tackled with Rijkaard. I think the game actually screwed you here. Let me see who you were slide tackling with. Oh, you wanted to slide tackle with Lozano. The game screwed you here because not having your CDM in this position. I know you didn't mean to slide tackle Rijkaard. You wanted to deal with Lozano because the ball is right next to him. Switch to this center back right away, bro. Once he gets into this position, switch to him right away. Because there's a mechanic in this game where if you do a driven pass and with him he has like Ronaldo, he can do like the craziest dribbles. Committing upwards there was a mistake as well. Again, guys, when I say these things and you guys are watching me analyze your gameplay, don't take it to heart because the game in this game is not consistent enough for me to really tell you like, yo, you did this wrong, because there's so many times where my defender goes upwards but I'm not going upwards. It's just because of the sliding and stuff, depending on the gameplay, right? But over here, this is a problem in FIFA as well, right? When the gameplay sucks, if you switch to a player, and you guys noticed this in the last video that I analyzed as well, you can tell that the player pushes forward before he goes back because that's the player anxiously trying to switch to that guy. Because now he has all this space to work with. He gets so lucky that he does a driven shot here. So lucky he does a driven shot there. No, not lucky that he did the driven shot. He's lucky that it went to the back of the net, because a driven shot with his right foot there, that's purely down to Team of the Year Ronaldo being a god. I would stick to the formation though, man. This formation is working wonders for you. You using Gareth Bale there was not a bad thing. You just have to tap B consistently so he digs through the tackle. Go backwards. Beautiful. Not a driven pass though. Don't force that. When the player is making the run, don't force it, man. You only force it when you're sure. Switch to the left back. You gotta switch to the left back sooner. So because you didn't switch to the left back, your center back went out of position because you overcommitted with him. Right here, you have to switch to the left back because everything is occupied here. So you don't have to like worry about this. So switch to your left back. Now he's overcommitted and he has all this space to work with a prime Ronaldo. You overcommitted with your Alexandro there. That was a good tackle though. That's you spamming A. I don't judge you for that. Push your Lozano over here, this general area. Don't overcommit with your fullback like that, because now he has this space to work with. Your Lozano has to be a right mid. Your Vasalico has to be a right back. None of this right here. Don't push Laurent Blanc forward here. Let him stay right here. Don't push him here. Push him right here, because the area of where you have to watch the shots from outside the box is here. This little light green area right here. If they take a shot right there, you're in trouble. Shots from here, they can go in as well, but they're a little bit more inconsistent. So just block this general area right here at Laurent Blanc. You're forcing the play a little bit now. You had to build it up from this point right here. You had to build it up. It might have screwed you too, because it looks like you were kind of aiming for Suarez as well. At this point right now, 79th minute, you need to be more aggressive. Like, you really need to push the sides. Because attacking-wise, you haven't really been doing much against him, so something needs to be changed in your team at this point. So what I would do is stay forward, and get in behind for your left mid and right mid, and then put your fullbacks to always overlap as well. And in your custom tactics, you would have to switch to freeform, so just in case your fullbacks attacked, someone else would occupy that spot as you were attacking with the fullbacks. Your middle would be exploited, but it's worth it for the extra attacking presence. Because your Suarez being alone right now is not good. Maybe telling your left mids and right mids to come short and cut and cut inside would be nice too, so he has more support around him. Because you see how your players are super committed right now at the striker lineup. That's the area you got to exploit. Always build it up from the middle to the top. Look how much space you have to work with now. Beautiful. Oh, the game screwed you. This game screwed you 100%. The game can decide if you score this. And let me see if you do a driven shot here. You did the right shot. That's the game deciding whether or not you're going to score this opportunity. But you will notice one thing here, and this is the thing, right? You still focus too much in the middle, because look at what happens here, right? When you open up the space in the middle, you committed here, and your drag backs is the best thing about your gameplay, because it opens up so much space for you. Look at what happens when you do the drag back with Suarez. Look at that space that Gareth Bale has on that side right now, right? Now, for me personally, because you outplayed his defender and you do a driven shot here, this is Luis Suarez. This is where the pay-to-win concept kind of kicks in, right? This needs to 100% be going into the back of the nets, because he shoots with his 4-star weak foot. You put a very good amount of power into it, but because it's not a Team of the Year Ronaldo or a prime Ronaldinho, and even with that, the shooting is still inconsistent with high finishing and high composure. The game screwed you by not scoring here, because your player doesn't even hit the target, which is a huge problem. But you could have made the pass to Gareth Bale, because Gareth Bale was making a fantastic run downwards, and then you can just take the touch one time or do a first-time driven shot. It's always, you gotta watch the sides, man. When you're attacking, you think, oh, I've opened up the space in the middle, make that extra pass to the side so you really have that good goal-scoring opportunity, because the shooting is so inconsistent in this game. But I do think that's the game screwing you there. I think you deserve to score that 100%, because the game could have decided for you to put that into the back of the net, for sure, because you took a proper shot there. Driven shot, left foot is a strong foot. Suarez has good finishing and composure. It's because it's not in the high 90s that he doesn't score. Again, man, when you're using this formation, you have to build everything from the back to the front. You can't push it with the forwards. You got to build it always. Always build up with the 4-2-3-1. You do a good job here. Switch to your CDM. You pushing your Basalico upwards is not a good idea there. Block the guy center. Yeah, you have to block in the corners. You see how he's using the overpower mechanics. Does he score this? He almost does because it's Team of the Year Ronaldo. In this area right here, you have to switch to this guy or to Rijkaard and then push him in this area right here because the good players will exploit the near post corner tactics, which is very overpowered in this game. Even if you put a guy standing here, they still sometimes score it, but that's a worse position to be in than it is here because his Ronaldo could have just literally tapped it with his head and it would have gone to the back of the net. I think now he's going to waste time. He's going to switch the play probably. Yeah. 89th minute, don't blame him. You got to do what you got to do in foot champs. It's all about the dubs, man. I respect it. This guy's still attacking, man. I respect it. I wouldn't do that. It's not worth. It's, by the way, it's absolutely ridiculous that his prime Ronaldo can hit that much power on a shot that he's standing still on. Look at the power he can put onto the shot. This is disgusting. Look at this. He's literally standing still. Look how god tier this is. That's disgusting. If he puts less power, that's actually a good shot. CDM pass, cross pass to CDM. Yep. This is, see, you have to have switched in the 80th minute. You had to have switched already, like your instructions on your team. You play very well, dude. Honestly, you play very, very well. It's just about you're overcommitting too much with players, and you should be keeping them in position more. And in regards to that Suarez shot, I don't really blame you too much on that one, man. I really think you should have scored that one. And the shooting is so inconsistent in this game. There's no like for sure thing like, oh, this is going like, you don't know, right? So him missing the net there kind of screwed you, but if he did the extra pass with Gareth Bale, it would have been very nice. And like I said, because the guy's using a 4-1-2-2, you told your left mid and your right mid to stay forward on the attack, so it gave you all that extra space to work with on the attack, and you have those left mids and right mids to exploit the side. So that's all it came down to, man. You play very well. I can tell that you may have gotten top 100 a few times. It's just the overcommitting that you got to relax on a little bit, you know? But in all fairness, that dude's team was significantly better than yours, which is a huge, huge difference because he has all the right things in all the right areas, except for maybe Dani Alves. I don't know if I would have really liked, personally, I don't know if I would really like him that much. I haven't really tried him in the team like this guy has, but it definitely makes a difference when you have a Team of the Year Messi, Team of the Year Ronaldo, and a prime Ronaldo as well. So with the team that you have, dude, you played very well against him, but you definitely could have came out with a win here for sure if you didn't overcommit sometimes with your CDMs and fullbacks, and if you took some of the opportunities that was given to you. But again, not fully your fault because the finishing is very, very inconsistent. But that is going to conclude the video for today, guys. I hope you guys do enjoy these types of videos in general. If you guys did, please drop a thumbs up on it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.